Hello and welcome to Think About It, where we have two primary goals. One, to get you to think about it, and two, to just make more sense than Keith Olbermann. My son came to me recently with a very important question. He said, Dad, which school do you like the least, Ohio State or Notre Dame? That's quite the conundrum, by the way, for those of us who are Wolverine fans. On one hand, we have Ohio State, the university where they overpay their athletes, even in light of poor performances in big game situations. On the other hand, we have Notre Dame, a school that pretends to be perfect but is certainly far from it. In the end zone at the stadium at Notre Dame, of course, is the ever-famous touchdown Jesus, and even though it's an irreverent terminology, everybody down there seems to think that the statue of Jesus with his arms out is signaling approval of what goes on at the university, and especially on the 100-yard gridiron. These days, though, I have a hard time believing he would have his arms upright in approval of what Notre Dame is doing. Theoretically, the school adheres to the teachings of the Roman Catholic Church. And even though I'm not in complete agreement with the Roman Catholic Church, there's one thing on which we do agree: the defense of life, the protection of the innocent. Knowing that the unborn can't stand up in a courtroom and present themselves as being important, viable, or worthy of defense, they rely on those of us with thinking capabilities, cognitive skills, and developed senses of morality to stick up for them. That's one of the things the Catholic Church used to stand for, until they became a church of cowards. Now, Notre Dame has invited President Teleprompter, Obama himself, who is easily, without debate, miles ahead in the standings, as being the most pro-death president in the history of the United States. I won't take the time here to list the entire litany of things he has done to sentence millions and millions of unborn children to death. I don't need to do that for you here. You already know it. Those of you who adhere to the Catholic Church's teachings ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Because for whatever reason, even though the Vatican would never approve of Obama's stances, millions of you have. Millions of you have decided that there's something more important than standing up for life. It's popularity. It's flowery speech. It's a man who can read a teleprompter like no other. And in the process, he's pulled the wool over so many of your eyes that now your university, Notre Dame, has invited him to the campus to speak at commencement, to send off into the future a wave of graduates from Notre Dame with his philosophy in their hearts and minds. Now listen, I understand that half the country already thinks the guy's the Messiah. But the last time I checked, the last time I looked in the end zone where Notre Dame used to visit with some degree of regularity, it was touchdown Jesus, not touchdown Barack. Has the Catholic Church become overpopulated with cowards? Or will enough of you speak up to take a stand and realize that there is nothing more sacred than life itself, and rescind the invitation to Obama to speak at your commencement? I never would have pictured so many people having so little spine. Has the Catholic Church truly become a cowardly church? Think about it.